France has decided to ban Israel's far-right police minister Itamar Ben-Gvir from access to French territory. That according to French Foreign Minister Jean-Noël Barrot speaking this Saturday. He added that the decision reflected anger over the treatment of Gaza flotilla activists and that he had requested that the European Union also, quote, take actions against Ben-Gvir. Well, for more, I'm joined now in the studio by France 24's Andrew Hiliar from our International Affairs desk. Andrew, tell us more about the timing of this decision.
Well, actually, let's just bring up on our screen that social media post by Jean-Noël Barrot, France's foreign minister, so we can see exactly what was announced. He said essentially that from today, Itamar Ben-Gvir is banned from entering French territory in response to reprehensible actions towards detained activists from the Gaza flotilla. He did add that he disapproved of the flotilla's approach, but as you can see on your screen, he said that he could not tolerate French nationals being intimidated and treated in this way, then before calling on the European Union to impose sanctions on Itamar Ben-Gvir. Now, of course, this is in response to last Wednesday's posting of a video by Itamar Ben-Gvir in which he can be seen taunting those flotilla activists who have been detained. You can see that video on your screen now, and there has been outrage, a global outrage, since that video was published. These activists had been detained after Israeli forces arrested 450 people on board those 50 ships last Tuesday. And in that video, as you just saw, Ben-Gvir can be seen waving an Israeli flag. He says, welcome to Israel, we are the landlords. And he can also be seen encouraging security personnel to push those detained activists to the ground. That even triggered some rare criticism from Israel's Prime Minister, Benjamin Netanyahu, who said that those actions were not in line with Israel's values. And there has, as I mentioned, been widespread international condemnation, not just from Western countries like the UK, France, Italy and Canada, but also from countries like the US, counted among Israel's closest allies.
Now, this isn't the first time that Itamar Ben-Gvir has been sanctioned by a Western government. What is different this time round, Andrew?
Well, yeah, just to give you some context, Haxi. Last June, both Itamar Ben-Gvir and Bezalel Smotrich, those are two of Israel's most far-right ministers, were sanctioned by several countries. The UK banned both from entering the country and froze their assets. This was a joint move that was coordinated with other Western governments, including Australia, Norway, Canada and New Zealand. It was done on the grounds that the men had incited extremist violence and serious abuses of Palestinian human rights. This was also the first time that Israeli ministers had been sanctioned by Western governments. Now, a key difference this time round, Haxi, is the near universal condemnation amongst Western governments of Ben-Gvir. So last time, the US Secretary of State, Marco Rubio, and the US Ambassador to Israel, Mike Huckabee, slammed the decision to impose sanctions and urged those Western governments to reverse the sanctions. This time, Ben-Gvir's actions have been condemned not only by Netanyahu, but also by the US and the US Ambassador to Mike Huckabee, who called them despicable. So this is a rare instance, Haxi, in which we really do have across the board condemnation. And it was remarkable to see condemnation, public condemnation, coming from within Israel's cabinet too. You had Gideon Saar, the foreign minister, posting, "You knowingly caused harm to our state in this disgraceful display, and not for the first time." Ben-Gvir then hit back, saying Israel has stopped being a pushover. That is when Benjamin Netanyahu stepped in and issued his rebuke. Of course, another country banning Itamar Ben-Gvir from entering its territory is not going to change much. Ben-Gvir doesn't really travel much anyway. However, there is a sense that this time round a line has been crossed with this video.
Andrew Hiliar, thank you very much.